Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to be doing a tarot reading. We have to figure out what is next for you. There's a lot going on. I feel like whoever you are, you're being really tested right now. There's some kind of external energy. They're trying to either dim your light or they're trying to use your light against you. But with the Wheel of Fortune underneath right here, like this is destiny. This is fate. There's actually something that needs to be unscrambled so that you can finally move forward with your life. You have some opportunities ahead for you. I think a lot of you have been trying to work on creative projects, trying to elevate, trying to, in some ways, so gussy up, get some direction within your life because there's something that's shifting for you. It's going to benefit you in the long term, but whatever it is, with this card of justice, along with this Seven of Wands, there's something about you having to really learn. I mean, really learn how to exercise your boundaries. They're going to be critical during this time. So if this sounds like your situation, you are more than welcome to stick around. If we haven't met yet, my name is High Priestess Berries, psychic, medium, and divine channeler, hoping to bring you a message. Now, always remember, my messages are candid, unscripted, but they're also timeless, so please tap into your instincts. Listen to your intuition. If there's anything that I talk about, wow, that doesn't make any sense, totally fine. Do not worry about it. This message may not be for you, but if it does resonate, please let me know by liking and sharing your experiences in the comments below. It's time to let go of a version of yourself, but it's one of these things where someone outside of you might see the worst version of you. And it's kind of one of these things where how can you healthfully learn to dismiss that underneath their Ace of Swords? I think there's like a judgmental energy that's around you. And I think it's really obnoxious. I feel as though you come across people, situations, and you're feeling judgmental. And I think you might be feeling a wee bit guilty about it. It's sort of like, I know I'm not supposed to judge them, but why do I feel judgmental? That's not your energy. That's somebody that you're attached to, or even somebody who is projecting onto you. So we got to look at what the fuck do you think is going on? What the fuck is actually going on? We got to have a look at your situation, what's been going on in the past, and figure out what trajectory you could be going. We'll get you some guidance and we'll get you some a hidden message from the universe to help you through it all. But after I go to cut, yeah, there's something that you've been working on with the Three of Pentacles along with Eight of Cups. Like a lot of you guys have been dealing with situations where your life has just fallen apart or you just have to make course corrections in your life. The people that you're going to be working with, it's going to shift. Why? Because it has to. Oh, all of a sudden I want to have a look at the Hermit. I think some of you guys are hesitating because you don't necessarily want to go at it alone. But Spirit is asking you to be just discerning right now. Emotions are flared during this time. And it could be tempting to think that you're wasting your time, you're wasting your energy. If you don't move forward now, all will be lost. And that's actually a lizard brain lie. That's coming from the projection energies that you are karmically attached to. So what the fuck do you think is going on? Trying to balance this out. I'm trying to make the best of the situation. Oh my God, why am I suddenly out of breath? What the fuck is actually going on? This is actually more mental. Some of you feel as though this could be something going on within your soul and you're being asked to take a step back. Yeah, your soul is involved, but actually what's going on, this feels a little bit more lizard brained. If I'm saying lizard brain, I want to get at least one card. Oh God, I'm suddenly feeling very uneasy. We got the arcane bullshit oracle. Okay, what the fuck does lizard brain think is going on? And what the fuck can we tell lizard brain is actually going on? Like your reptilian brain, like it is actually a part of your biology. It sits in the back of your I want to say your skull, but it's the back part of your brain that it's more tuned to survival. I've been picking up some feral energies. But it's sort of like bad thing happened in past. Can't repeat bad thing. Don't repeat bad thing. It's trying to protect you. But this is more like hunter-gatherer, and you're not quite in that frequency, at least I really hope you're not. Because if you're in the middle of a scene from the Hunger Games, you have a completely different problem And I doubt that's really what's going on. It's possibly nothing. Nothing's going on. I don't think it's anything. I'm melting. Like, Salvador Dali called and wanted their oracle card back. Like, I'm feeling pretty sassy in this energy. In some ways, I feel as though you have a lot of, well, you do have a lot of people projecting onto you. You don't realize it yet. I think it might change. You actually do have people around you who are defending you, even if it is within quiet. What the fuck is your lizard brain thing is going on? The provider, okay. And what do we need to tell it? The golden retriever. God, I love this deck. Oh, it's arcane bullshit. Like we ask and the universe delivers. I think a lot of you are stuck trying to figure out, how am I supposed to provide for my kids? How am I supposed to provide for my pets? How am I supposed to provide for my own sense of self-love? Like, a lot of the themes that have been coming up for the collective is trying to get yourself out of a survival mindset, because so many of you have been prone to codependent relationships and aligning yourself to people that they just take from you, or they contribute to the drama. When the temperance is out of balance, like, it's either too much fire or too much water. And given that I'm channeling this just after the full moon in Scorpio, like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot of water, which pisses everybody off, which turns to fire, and everyone, gets back in each other's faces, which results in a crying spree. Now, whether if you're actually going through this right now, or this is something that you struggled with your past, this energy is present right now, especially within this particular reading. But there's, again, feral. Like, there's something about, whoa, boy. Like, there are the keys to your salvation through what is going on right now. And you haven't wasted time. Like, in some way, it's funny. I do have 3 of Pentacles right here. And I think, and you could actually look at this, this as being a pentacle as well. It's sort of as though, how do you want to look at this? Do you want to look at this as a situation that's being intentionally withholding, or can you look at this as an opportunity? Like, it is funny with the golden retriever. Like, when I was a kid, I was bitten by a dog. So for me as berries, this is a little bit traumatizing and triggering. But I do have a dog. I used to have 2 dogs, but I have 1 dog now. And part of the reason I wanted to get a canine was so that I could learn how to overcome a bite wound. There's something within here, the universe is trying to show you how to overcome something that happened in your past that made you shut down and say, well, I know I'm in pain. I know everything's distorted. I know that I feel like I'm melting. That made you ignore your essential needs. And there's been a real need in the energy to help you to slow down. Like, whoa, horsey. You need to anchor in, and you need to be in the here and now. Let's go past. Yeah, there we go. 7 of Pentacles. Present. 8 of Pentacles. Ah, death. Yeah, you thought it was going to be the 9 of Pentacles. That actually would have been really funny. But I'm actually quite glad that this is here. This is sort of a warning from the universe to let you know that in the past, you might have had the idea that slowing down, doing nothing, how does that phrase go? Idle hands are the devil's workshop. Something along those lines. That's a bit of a lie. Let's go college right now. The post-industrial revolution, which happened around the time when America was established, the French Revolution. That was the last time Pluto was also in Aquarius. Again, it goes around, comes around. There's this idea that if you do nothing, you are nothing. But if you look at certain spiritual beliefs, like Judaism, they say every 7 days you need to rest. Like, they had to make it a fucking law to make people stop squirreling about all over the place, constantly trying to ascend, or constantly trying to take money, or constantly trying to work, or constantly trying to do something. Just think about, you need a day off. I think if you guys have felt guilty that you need a day off. If you've got kids, oh my God, get a babysitter. If you have a dog, oh my dog, get a babysitter. I feel like there's a need where it's like, go to the spa, be in your energy. But in some ways, this is, you need to be in your own energy so you can make some decisions. Like, you guys are working towards something. Like, let's start clarifying this before I get too channely. Where's the, there it is. I've got the Animal Orion deck, because, suddenly feeling grounded. Whoever you are, just anchor in to this moment. I cannot emphasize this enough. 6 of Swords, like, you are you're doing exactly what it is that you need to do, but I feel like there's some karmic cleanup. Like whether that's a literal physical cleanup, seven is a it's about going through a particular vibrational cycle. Do re mi fa sol la ti do. Like there's a little bit of that, and technically C to C. I'm getting a little musical, even though I don't know much about music theory, especially compared to people who actually know what the fuck that it is that they're doing. What's this going on with the Seven of Pentacles in the past? Because it's sort of like work, 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 work. Where's the payoff? Where's the fucking payoff? Like you actually do have the payoff, but it's sort of like if you're this spider, I think you just kind of took for granted that making a web, oh, that's what it is. It's sort of like, well, how come I'm not catching any flies? But you didn't really realize that making the web is genuine work. Like, I feel like you put all of your effort into something that other people would write off as being a waste of time. But you're being asked to maybe focus a little bit on that. That is the work you're supposed to be doing. We got the devil. There we go. Attachments to the past, attachments to the King of Wands, pleasing the wrong audience, catering to bullies, um, trying to make yourself feel safe. It's this feeling like if I can learn how to tolerate being in the presence of jerks, I'll be fine. But there's a question in here. Why are you pursuing the attention of people who are jerks? Like, you don't need to prove that you're brave. Not in this energy. Three of Pentacles. Wow, that's what we've got going on the baseline over here. Three of Pentacles, King of Cups. Like, you've been trying to work through your emotional maturity, but it's like you've been working with people who aren't mature in the first place. It's a bit of the blind leading the blind. And in some ways, if you identify as a divine feminine, sometimes the DF goes about things what would seem like the opposite because you're trying to approach this from the shadow. So you're not doing anything wrong here, but you're being asked to be a little bit intentional. If you're around people who are immature fuckwads, people that, they're so concerned about impressing each other and feeling impressive, like this is the type of personality that they could be in their 40s and 50s and they're still trying to get their mommy and daddy's attention on their wounds or just getting their approval, like whatever it means. Like you've been hanging out around with these people, sort of like, well, I know these people are hurting. What can I do to help them? Or what can I do to understand this about myself? Again, why are you working with these people? I don't think there's a wrong answer, but I think you forgot the original intention, especially if you got caught up in karma drama. Let's go for this Eight of Pentacles. I feel like a few of you guys are a little bit prone to getting stuck down like mental wormholes. That's why we have to bring out the arcane bullshit. Like whatever's going on, this is all about you being able to provide for yourself and have some governship on what kind of home life, family life, work life that you can have for yourself, because it's easy to surrender ourselves, especially in work life. Well, the boss tells me what it is I'm supposed to do. Oh, well, it's corporate culture, blah, blah, blah. But, if you're somebody who's very sensitive to external energies, doing customer service, working with other people, if it's not within your vibration, it can be damaging. It can be imbalancing. It could put you into a state where you think before you speak. I think a few of you are still prone to speaking the lizard brain before you speak from the soul. And that's why a lot of this pentacle energy is showing up. Like this stuff takes time, but spiders, despite knocking down cobwebs, these fuckers can spin stuff back up pretty quickly. Your gifts are supposed to be effortless, and there's something about focusing on what feels effortless within your life. Wheel of Fortune came back. Like that was what was in the pre-shuffle, right? You get the Hermit. Yeah, that's right. It was the pre-shuffle. The World. Like you are going through this spin cycle. I don't know why I'm like, seeing some like, spin class, riding a bike, pedaling fast, going nowhere. What do we have? Right? King of Wands came back along with the devil. The reason why you're being slowed down is the universe is trying so hard to change something from within you. You've been aligning to people who are low vibration. And in some ways, you didn't know where to start. It's kind of like, well, if I can get these people to like me and see me for who it is, well, maybe anything is possible. Like, if that was your intention, congratulations. This contract is stale. It's time to move forward. But I think a few guys have just simply forgot this contract. You don't need to cater to these people. Like, there's nothing wrong with being your own king of wands. In some ways, you've been asked to look at the situation and figure out what not to be. There's one thing at looking at what you can be. That's positive. That's kind of looking from a positive perspective, or what you don't want to be, and that's the negative perspective. And both are equally valuable. You've asked for this. And it's like, this poor King of Cups, you know, kind of got transmuted into this like poor little butchered bird. But this group of people that you've been hanging out with, there's no substance, and this contract is dead. It's really time to detach and move forward, because there's nothing else with this thing that you're working on that you can glean any more information from. Like, it's time for you to figure out who it is you want to be, who it is you do not want to be, and understanding from within, from your core soul, that you get to make choice. That you don't need to, it's sort of like you don't need to be dependent on, well, I have to do this in order to make money. Like, that's the provider that's kind of fucking with your temperance right now. But with death, 5 of Cups, grief, 7 of Cups. If you're still talking to somebody and they're making you feel confused, they're distracting you, because there's 4 crickets, but it distracts from the 5 cups. And if you look at it just carefully, there is technically a figure 8. There's an emotional blockage that these people have experienced. They don't want to feel sad. These are people that are caught up in toxic positivity. And if you talk anything negative about it, they're like, no, no, we're not talking about negativity here. And those are people who, they need therapy. Like, they need to go through a dark night of the soul. Like, you can't help them. You've actually shed a light on everything about them that they do not like. And I think a few of them have started to vilify you, turn against you. Some of them might have actually had like a bit of a turnabout, and their personalities have changed. Like, they used to be this sweet golden retriever, but you're wondering why they're ripping your arm off and why they become so violent all of a sudden. What, 6 of Pentacles. What's happened is that they're the same person they always were, but because you're coming out of a trauma bond, they can't hide their angst. They can't hide their anger. They're just the exact same person. They can't mask around you anymore. 6 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords. Yeah, this is just an ask. It's time for you to put this to rest. You've given everything you can to this, and it's actually exhausting you. It's draining you. And in many ways, it's kept you very immobile. What can you release during this time? The Chariot. This is just a let go of that you're going to be able to move forward with this. Just let it go. Trust the universe. It's kind of what I'm saying. High Priestess. You know this. The only reason this relationship, interesting. The only reason this reading is being brought up to the surface, you know this. The whole purpose of seeking out tarot readings and oracle readings of this kind is to confirm what your intuition already knows. This is you moving forward. This is solo. Like, we got the moon here and the moon here, and you're leaving behind the toxic positivity. Like, remember earlier with the golden retriever? It's like, maybe this is an extra pentacle. There's also a pentacle around the Chariot. Like, if you feel called to hold back from an old situation, listen to that. Like, whoa, horsey. What do we have? So much canine energy. I'm really focused on that today. More collars. This is very bedazzled. Hierophant. Suddenly want to sneeze. I've been trying so hard to cleanse the energy, because there's so much about you that does not belong, but you still are holding on to other people's vibrational frequencies, because this is trying to please other people. Oh, who's a good puppy? Oh, he's such a good little puppy. Like, you may not have consciously felt as though you were doing that, although I'm from San Francisco. I've met people who want to behave exactly like this as a kink. No judgment. But this is kind of getting old and stale. Like, why are you trying to cater? Like, why are you putting yourself in the seat of the beta when for you to take care of yourself requires you to be a little bit more of an alpha, a little bit more of an alpha dog? What do we have? Page of Wands and Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups came back. Now I'm curious. Yeah, Five of Cups. Like, you're being asked right now to just acknowledge that these people, they've actually reached their emotional maturity quotient, at least with their relationship with you. These people don't want to change. So, like, why are you putting yourself through the anxiety and frustration to get these people to change? Like, why do you want them with you? These are just questions that the universe wants you to consciously consider because it'll help your lizard brain calm the fuck down so you stop hyper reacting in other people's energies, simmer into your body, and realize, wait, I need to make decisions for myself. What's going on with the high priestess? Because, like, you need to do this. And it's not easy. Don't get me wrong. This is fucking difficult. And I think it's even more difficult because you don't actually have a clear vision forward. A few of you are holding back mostly because, well, I don't want to detach from this until I have clarity moving forward. But the universe is actually asking you to not be dependent on external validation. These people, these King of Wand types who love the devil, like, that's how they operate. And these people are actually holding you back. It's one of these things where you're stuck in the feedback loop. Like, what's this commercial from the 90s? Like, I can't get a job because I don't have experience, but I can't get experience if I don't have a job. There's something that you've been working towards, and I think you're way more qualified than you might be giving yourself credit for. But these people, if you cater to them, if they're your audience, oh, they'll keep you down to their vibration. These people can't see the light. Again, they're stuck in toxic positivity. And these people will actually become more vicious, meaner, and they'll work extra hard to make you afraid of confronting your own shadow. Because a lot of the work that I think you're probably going to be called to do is going into the subconscious, understanding how energy works. How is it that your thoughts manifest within reality? Ooh, I like that. King of Swords. So in order to overcome this lizard brain, again, no judgment. We've all been there. This King of Swords is right here to help anchor you in. Be logical. Write some shit down. Journal. What are you trying to manifest? And be honest with yourself about the situation. Are they really contributing? Yeah. To your clarity? Or are they contributing to your indecision? What do we have at the top over here? We got the moon. The universe is calling bullshit on you. The Scorpio full moon was such a bullshit caller. And even if you somehow find this message long after, the Scorpio full moon, which, happened in about May. It's from May 2025. Like, where were you at when this moon happened? Because I feel like some of you will look back on your life in 6 months and be like, God damn, like, I was a fucking wreck. Like, some of these messages are just nothing more than your future self trying to get a hold of you to let you know, babe, it's gonna be okay. I have found a way through. Let me show you. Because that's what the high priestess is often, your future self that is trying to help you see something that you can't right now. Seven of Pentacles, about what's going on, about what's holding you back from your past. Because that Seven of Pentacles right here, like, what has come to fruition as a result of these people? I don't think this is a complete waste, but in some ways you're looking for the wrong currency. You're looking for the wrong validation, but you're getting something out of this, but they can't be a part of it. It's sort of like, Jane Goodall, I believe she was the doctor that lived with primates in order to kind of understand how humans and primates would have a connection to each other. Like, she lived with them, but she couldn't bring them home with her. Like, there has to become a point where she has to leave the habitat and come back home. And you've been sort of observing. You've been in the wild. You have been observing sort of humans at their low point. No offense to monkeys. That was fun for me. Thank you. But you need to withdraw yourself in order to actually step into purpose. Because Jean, she didn't go into the forest just to live with monkeys. Like, that's one thing. Or primates, apes. Pardon me. Oh my God. Like, this energy is so fucking legalistic. I'm really annoyed right now. But Jane had to come back in order to report her findings. So there's an ask for you. Can you come back and report your findings? But you need to do the research yourself. You need to write this shit down. You need to start documenting. Knight of Cups. Yeah, this is sort of like you returning with all the information and a lot of ways telling stories about how you learn to love yourself, how you learn to find a sense of autonomy, balance. Like, we saw that Knight of Wands a little bit earlier. We've seen this King of Wands. And this is sort of you transmuting it all. Like, yeah, with the King of Cups right here, it's sort of like you took the elements of fire and water through the temperance and you created a love story. Like, this is resurrection energy. This is you coming back from the grave. This is this poor, this poor little bird finally decayed into ashes and is being resurrected. Like, I'm a little bit biased. I'm really appreciating the bowl of berries. This is you actually showing up in your own identity, your actual true form. Like, there's I'm having like references. I've been seeing synchronicities to Stravinsky's Firebird. Like, when I came across that story in grade 4, it was part of music class, and we studied the story and the music of the Firebird, and it was like the first essay I did where I did full-on illustrations. Like, I look at this bird and I'm reminded of a younger version of me that learned how to draw, that kind of fell in love with working with markers, that, started practicing my artistry. There's some kind of intention that you set out when you were a kid, something that you just worked on to embellish something that might have been boring. Like, I don't like writing reports. I think that's fucking boring. If you enjoy writing reports, God bless you. We need more people like you in the world. So I decided to make it fun for myself. Something that was dry, obnoxious, something that was a little bit draining, and I found a way to transmute it to make it a little bit more fun. And I think I got a pretty good grade. My mom kept that book report for years. What's the hidden energy that the universe wants you to know about? The sun. I love this. Be optimistic. Like, these people are negative as fuck. Like, you've been hanging around some really fucking negative people. Like, I want to punch them in the face. Like that, like, there's just something very obnoxious about these people that you have been associated with. Like, no, we're so positive. Oh, don't talk to me about anything negative. Like, again, those people need therapy. They need to go on their own path, and you just holding space for them and lowering your vibration to make them feel better, it's hurting you. And these people, like, you're going to get to the point where your light is going to be so bright, all they're going to do is slander you. All they're going to do is use your words against you. It's like they're going to rip your hand off and then try to slap you in the face. This is using your words against you. And the universe is trying to give you an incentive to move forward. These people are not your providers. They might have provided something at one point. You can honor that. But this is just temporary. You're not supposed to stay in these situations. You're supposed to go in, learn the lesson, elevate, and then use it for your own advantage, not in a karmic way. These people would make you think it's karmic. You're not allowed to tell my story. And it's sort of like, I'm not telling your story. I'm telling my story, and you're just a character in it. Like, these people think that they're more important than you. And you're being asked to just take a step back and recognize that you are more important than them. Nine of Swords, Page of Cups. Don't be worried about people coming back and how do I know? That's not it. Nine of Swords, Page of Cups. Like, I feel like some of you are worried that these people will follow you and make fun of you. And if that's your instinct, you need to listen to that, because they're just going to follow you and make fun of you. And I think a few of you, like, there's still some attachment here. There's a little bit of attachment. More. Nine of Wands. And you might be tempted to really hold them space. So for those of you where that might apply, think of it this way. If this group, this situation, this person, whatever this means to you, if they have the ability to show even a drop of love, They will be able to exist within your vibration, but just know that you will only be able to see them for that drop of love. It's like a drop is enough, but it requires you to have compassion to know that this where this person is at, to know that they are trying their best, but you don't need to lower your vibration. You can celebrate them when they're in their highest possible positive balanced energy. And for some of you, you may only see this person once every few years, once every few weeks, or maybe they have to be out of your life for a little while so they can get their shit together and then they can come back. But you're setting a brand new elevation standard through this amazing, optimistic frequency. Five of Cups. Not Five of Cups. That was a little bit earlier over here. Five of Pentacles. The Empress. I'll say it before and I'll say it again. Spiritual journeys. They are so lonely. But don't allow this temporary setback within the 3D to hold you back. Like, this is a beautiful card. Like, this is actually one of my favorite Five of Pentacle cards in like all the tarot decks that I have. This is serene. Yeah, it's a little bit sombering, but eclipses are powerful. Like, you know, last month we had our eclipse season, and that was such a lovely opportunity for us to just see something for what it is, have a moment within the shadow, and just recognize that we have to be our own light source. We have to be connected to source and no longer being codependent on the external. Not everybody has taken the lesson, but I feel like you guys have. So to wrap up today, what kind of energy can my lovely viewer be in to feel comfortable walking away from this situation, recognizing their inner divinity and that their self-love and self-worth is way more valuable than their current external energies can appreciate? We have the great elation, reconfiguration, cycles, and gratitude. Take a piece of paper and write down what you are grateful for. Why did you get into this situation in the first place? What have you learned from it? And what can you use to transmute it? You have intentionally gone through a very difficult cycle. Now it's time to reap the rewards from it. Use this opportunity to help you elevate, to help you connect to source, to help you to become receptive to your abundance, and to recognize that your independence is the most valuable asset available to you. You will have a chance to tell your story, and you will have a chance to help people moving forward. But for now, just show gratitude for all the lessons that you have learned and start making plans for the next level. I'm just saying, wow. Well, whoever it is that you guys are, damn, I sincerely hope that this helped. If you need any in-depth guidance, please go ahead, go to the description, and you can book a reading with me or a direct one-on-one session. I really hope that you guys found this helpful. Otherwise, when I see you at the next one, I'm wishing you peace, love, and all the berries.